everyone, it's Peggy here and welcome. Thanks for tuning in. This week I have a 2.5 by 12 figured maple blank, and we're going to be making a shallow bowl or a platter. Could be either, I guess. And stick around until the end. There is some information. Some of you have asked me about that bet with my brother, and we're going to be talking to my brother. So let's see what we wagered, but you got to watch till the end. So drilled for a woodworm screw there after finding center, using the 4-jaw chuck with the worm screw, making sure it's secure and pulling the tailstock up. As you can see there, it's a little bit wobbly still, so just using the bowl gouge to true it up a little bit, get it balanced. Taking light passes because I want to keep as much of the diameter as I can. Trying to make a large platter, or on the larger side I should say. Now working on the bottom, flattening the bottom, and then I will be making the foot. So after the bottom is pretty smooth, I switch over to the skew chisel and start to mark out where the foot is going to be. Now back to the bowl gouge to remove the bulk of the material that's going to come off to make the shape that I want. Back to the skew chisel for a moment. And stopping to check the progress. Back to the bowl gouge to work on the edging or the outer rim, if you will. Again, a lot of this material where the bowl gouge is now is going to be removed to make the slope of the curve of the bowl platter. And I'm just admiring that figure in the maple. It's a really pretty piece. Switched over to the tool I'm using for the beading around the rim. This is a Robert Sorby beading tool. There is a link in the description if you want to check it out. It's actually not very expensive. It's like $35, so worth the investment. So there'll be 4 beads in total around the rim. So moved on to sanding here, and I did some power sanding as you see here, as well as some hand sanding. Cleaning the surface of dust and debris with denatured alcohol. Taking it off the woodworm screw and the chuck. And reversing it so we can start working on the inside of the bowl. Starting pretty slow at first. Here I think I'm around 500 RPMs. Starting with the bowl gouge. Starting to hollow it out very carefully because the tailstock is not pulled up. I don't want to put too much pressure on the outside of the rim in case of accidents, like it would come flying off the lathe. Use the bowl gouge for most of this process, and again, just being strategic about it with, not taking too big of a cuts and not putting too much pressure on the outside rim. So checking for thickness there, and needed to take a little bit more off. So sanding, sanding, and more sanding. This always seems to be the name of the game. Should really take your time with sanding too. It can make or break a piece. When I started wood turning, I didn't realize that, and I would hurry through the sanding and thinking that if I just hit every grit, it would be fine. But that's not the case. So I'm trying out some of this milk paint. I will link that in the description as well. And I'm going with a color called Denim Blue. And with milk paint, it's a little bit different than regular paint. It comes in powder form, and you add water and put the powder and the water back in the can and shake it for 5 minutes or so, and then it's ready. So neat stuff, and I'm just being clumsy there. Equal parts water and powder. And as you can see, applying it to the outside of the bowl with a foam brush. I think I ended up doing 2 coats, maybe 3. Now using sanding sealer for the inside of the bowl and the rim. And don't forget to watch until the end to see the information about the bet I have with my brother. We're actually going to be talking to my brother. I'd say bet or challenge, but I wagered him $100, so I guess it is officially a bet. Here's the Axe abrasive paste that you see me using almost every video. Use code PF10 if you're going to try some, which I do recommend. You'll save 10% off your order. And it is made right here in the USA, good old Pennsylvania. Now applying the Axe polishing paste. And when you order Axe, you get a kit. You get the abrasive paste and the polishing paste. So buffing off the polishing paste here and stopping the lathe really gives a nice sheen. Taking it off of the 4-jaw chuck and going to give a few close-ups to the camera. Then there'll be photos of the finished piece as usual, and keep watching after that to see the information about the vet. And until next week, peace out. Hey YouTube, it's Peggy here, and some of you have been asking me about the bet I had with my brother, and the bet was to get to 15,000 subscribers by a certain date. That date has since passed and I lost the bet. Anyway, there's a new bet, so we're gonna call my brother. Hello.
Hey.
Hey. So we need to talk about this bet.
Yeah, the bet's on. $100. 20,000 subscribers by Halloween. And I'll let you take my money if you get there.
Deal.
Okay.
Bye, YouTube.
You heard it, YouTube?
Want to say hi to anyone?
No, actually. I'm hoping this doesn't actually get out to anybody that knows me.
Say hi to your friend.
Hi to my friends. Hello, my little friends.